Do you always have tightness or soreness in your low back, hips, hip flexors, and hamstrings? Here are a couple stretches to really alleviate some of the pressure through those often tight areas. First one is a seated forward fold. So you'll extend your legs long out in front of you, and you don't need a yoga mat for this. You can do it in the middle of your living room while you're watching TV if that feels good. So make sure that you bend your knees. You can take a little bend or a big bend. If you have super tight hamstrings, I'd recommend using some sort of prop underneath your knees. It doesn't have to be a yoga block. You can use a blanket or a pillow, and you'll place that underneath your knees. That'll help to alleviate some of the pressure through your hamstrings. From there, find length in your spine, and you'll gently start to walk your fingers forward. One of the most common mistakes in this stretch is trying to yank your hamstrings out of the back of your body. You don't need to touch your toes. There's no rule that says you have to. You should already start to feel some sensation both in your low back and the back of your legs. The further forward that you fold, the more sensation you'll feel. Let your arms rest heavy and let your chin fall to your chest. Hold this for 10, 15 breaths, and it'll really start to open up through some of those really notoriously tight muscle areas. Once you're done, you'll press yourself back up and you'll remove the block from underneath your knees. Our next posture will be a supported pose, and you'll come down onto your back. Once you're down on your back, you'll bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. Now you can play with where your heels are in relation to your groin. You can bring them in really close, or you can send them a little bit further away. Now again, grab blocks, blankets, or pillows and place them underneath your knees. Ensure that you feel very supported and your knees can fall out wide, and it'll put a little bit of pressure on your hips, but not painful pressure. From there, let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. And here you want to hold this posture for 3 or 4 minutes, and you can set the timer on your phone so you don't have to keep track of time, but it'll really help to open up through that midsection area and your inner thighs. Lastly, you'll take the blocks out, pillows or blankets, and you'll pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. It should feel nice to have your low back down on your mat. And from there, we'll take a supine twist. You can drop both of your knees over to the right, and you can stack your knees and hips together. This is just one variation of this pose. If this is putting too much pressure on your low back, you can always keep one of your legs straight. So you can send one leg straight, and then the opposite leg goes up and over your body. From there, always keep a really wide base through your shoulders. Your arms can be out to a T, into a goal post, whatever feels comfortable. Hold this for a minute or two and then switch sides. Come over to the other side, ensure that you're even and you hold both sides for the same amount of time. Take the same variation as well on either side. After that, you should feel pretty open and loose through the hips, hamstrings, and low back.